because I said something about, I'm glad you don't get offended me by saying, and the bitch came back. I actually half expected you to say, I kind of like hearing that. You know, like the way you said it. It was a setup.
It's not offensive to me. Some people may find it offensive, but
Oh, I don't say
literally,
shit offensively
it's
unless I'm being
just
offensive on
literally
purpose.
for jokes. It's laugh and
Oh,
giggles and
yeah.
stuff. If people can't
It's shit's.
handle that stuff,
Also, gun. Why the hell don't you like the optic core? It's
even
actually a
if
very
they're
viable option if you
female,
don't have a lot of
it
weapons and you
really
gotta
doesn't
free.
matter. They shouldn't be offended by something that really isn't offensive. I'm being honest here. Getting
I
upset
am.
over something like that, that's just lame.
Well, anytime a woman's like, "Oh, you can't call me a bitch and shit," I'm like, "Well, if the fucking shoe fits, wear
Well,
it."
technically, if they've had a lot of kids, then yeah, it
So,
works.
War's mom.
At that point, it would be legal.
Ain't that right, War?
My birth mom, I can call her
You're
that.
not wrong.
Well, I mean, by definition, a bitch is just a pregnant female dog, or just a female dog in general. It has
Well,
nothing to do with
technically,
breeding. Yeah, by actual definition, that's all that is.
yeah, but that can be used for all females that have had offspring.
No, just a female dog. Originally, a bitch is just a female dog, and then later they chose to use it more or less for
Um,
being a female and he, which they'd say a bitch and he, and then it depends on the breeder. I used to be around a shit ton of breeders, which,
yeah.
that sounds wrong, but like I lived at a certain place where there was a lot of people who apparently had the profession of being
Flame
breeders.
loved it in
It's like,
Alabama.
Yeah, also, an
no, it was Whidbey
Apsolapso
Island,
and a Shih
Washington.
Tzu are both considered pure breeds,
No, I know.
even though they don't look like it. So, my dog Cooper,
So, gun, you never answered me. Why don't you like the optic core?
Don't lick the boxes, you dumb dog.
but guys, said Cooper, my dog's mom was an Apsolapso and his father was a Shih Tzu. Put that together, what you get?
Loss of shit.
No, you get app shit.
Well,
That's
at
his
least it's
breed.
not Pekin. At least it's not Pekingese and shit too, because then you get a Pika shit.
Or you literally crossbreed a bulldog and a Shih Tzu together. What do you get?
Bullshit.
Yep, that's actually a real breed. And the puppies are
It's just
actually
what
very
people.
cute.
It's just what people call them. That's not a breed at all. That's just a.
That's the breed
That's
name.
just a mutt. No, they're just mutts. If they're not part of the AKC, then they're not an actual breed. They're just a mutt.
The weird thing is, in Canada, they are part of that
Yeah,
group.
AKC, not CKC, not the Canadian AKC.
We
There's
don't
a
even
difference.
use one of those. We just use the regular one.
Yeah, they're not part of it then. Like, no. Only, there's a bunch of breeds that have been taken off the AKC. Like,
They don't
is it
even
the
actually
AKC?
look like much.
I'm trying to remember which KC it
So
is.
the actual
I
name
might
is
have it
called a
wrong.
French Bull Sioux.
I'm trying to remember. Is it the fucking medical American Kennel AKC or CKC? I'm trying to remember which one is it that they actually do the like, oh, which one is it? God dang it. There's one where you could register any dog and have papers saying that, this is what the dog is. Then there's one that has only to do with purebred lines and shit. Like, there's one that's for everybody, for mutts and everything, and then there's one that is for purebreds only.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Well, I mean, if you want your dog registered for, like, if you got a male to stud out,
Hmm.
then, I mean, it makes
Oh,
sense.
sorry. That was the Reddit page for Warframe.
I am more Warframe porn.
No, it's r/Warframe where people debate on stuff.
Oh, good lord.
Yep.
More my dick is bigger.
No, that's not even the stuff they go for. It's like these things.
Well, it's my mod is better. I'm better at this than you. You know,
They're
that's why I
talking
said my
about
dick is
right
bigger.
now from 21 hours ago, TIL, only 40% of the 26 million losers played more than 2 hours. And that's literally the title they used, and they took a screenshot of the stats of Warframe. But yet, that's not even the full stats.
Well, who are they calling losers though? Like, are they saying people
It's
who
a
just
free
don't?
to play game, so it has a very low barrier for entry. However, a low barrier for entry doesn't mean people are going to stick around. The ones who do are actually able to help and teach those that are new to the game. But still, my phone gets annoying sometimes.
Bella, shut up. No one is here for you.
And I still can't believe my game bugged out.
No one is here for you. Quit your damn whining.
I still don't know why people think I'd have a lot of money. I don't.
What does money have to do with anything?
I got hit by ransomware through my laptop and I didn't even know I had any. And when I went to the computer information, it said my kernel core program was off and the visualization program under it was off. Pretty much
Bella,
been
you better
disabled.
stop. Leave that fucking cat alone. I'm gonna beat your ass.
So
You know
pretty
better.
much that's the reason my mom's laptop got slowed down, because what that type of stuff does is once it gets through the actual internal stuff, it literally spreads to any other device that uses the same internet and works its way to the core file of that device, and in doing so it slows down the whole thing so you can't really do anything.
Bella, stop your whining. They're not here for you. You leave that damn cat alone. I'm tired of telling you. You don't stop, you're staying in that kennel permanently. You understand me? Sit.
Dogs are really crazy. Half the time they just literally try to do stuff, and yet they don't even know what they're barking about.
Oh, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's doing it on purpose. She's not dumb. She knows exactly what the fuck she's doing.
I have to have my whole laptop operating system wiped from it, and then I have to literally get the whole Windows 10 Home Edition reinstalled. The whole partition has to be reinstalled from scratch.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's just a disk.
I can't use disk because it doesn't have a disk drive.
Well, then it's just a USB
And
thing.
I've tried to factory reset it. I am literally locked out of factory reset.
Yeah, that's why you stick a very specific thing into it, and it fixes it all just by shoving
Problem.
it in.
Just to get a program for ransomware, it's $100 per month. That's no joke.
Yeah, that's why you get something from someone who actually knows what they're doing and not getting paid for it.
But the thing is,
hackers and other people who actually know what the fuck they're doing, they give you a thumb drive, you shove the thumb drive in, it erases all the bullshit, adds the good shit back into it, boom, you're done. It does it all itself.
I have a friend of the family that's friends with my adopted parents, and they literally are a military computer technician.
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit. Depends
You
on what
literally
clearance
can do
they
it.
have. Yeah, it depends on what clearance they have. they're
He had the
American and
highest
they
one
have
in
level
Canada.
5, well, then no. If they're level 5 in America, then they definitely know what the fuck they're doing. The reason why I say level 5 is because that's one of those, you can't even joke with the whole "I'll tell you, but then I'd have to kill you" thing. You can't even joke about it.
No, it was the highest rank for Canada military here.
Yeah.
He's fixed my computer before when I ran into issues. All he asks for in return is literally just for us to make chocolate and stuff, and he's happy. He doesn't care. He's just happy to get chocolate or treats or stuff like that to share with his wife.
So I'm thinking soon about converting my Lich. I don't like my Lich much anymore. I'm getting about fucking sick and tired of every time I'm spawning into this goddamn planet being called Little Me. Like,
Well, why don't you just
depression.
kill him and use his...
Why don't we do Cuba Lich together?
And
But,
just use his weapon.
Flame.
Also, it's not a him.
Flame, remember how I had a Kuba Zar Lich that I got from Kinked just a little while ago? Well, I finished that one, and it took me in a random after we both revived. I used one of my arcane revives, they used theirs. Then we literally went heavy gun, and before that, we had a whole squad of survival going up against the Lich. Even about 4 pets, and it took us the whole 5-minute survival time to just take it out.
Check my parasite.
And
yeah, I
you
still
wanna
need
know
to find
how
out what the
bad
third
it
mod
is this time? It's a Kubazar with 48% cold and it's immune to blast. And it's allergic to nature.
Like I told you, dude, just use that one I told you to use.
I forgot Hildren was ice, and I used Hildren.
Yeah, one you told me.
But work.
You don't have it.
You gotta remember, my brain doesn't.
Ooh.
You want to work on liches?
Once you know which the two you're supposed to,
Yes,
where they're
I
supposed to be at.
do. I only have 2 of the mods currently. Yeah, you're right. I don't have Wu.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to you. It was one of the mods I was gonna give you.
I managed to get 2 Ols.
I got a couple.
When I literally knocked down the lich to send it to Saturn, it gave me an Ol. Then when I literally killed it, it gave me an Ol and a Rec Room ultimatum at the same time.
I'm just gonna use Wukong for this. Nothing else. Cloud Walk will help me out there.
Are you still on Earth?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm in my Earth.
My lich is like, ooh, yes, Sector falls into my hands. All gone, all mine, yes, Sector.
Let me just make sure I have everything I can.
I'll give you an Ul real quick.
I can go to my dojo and I'll
Angel,
invite you. I could have literally invited Flame, and we could have gone to my dojo real quick.
Well, shit.
Did you forget?
A little bit.
I'll head over to my dojo, and I'll put the whatever fair ride I have in. I'm still trying to finish the ferns. I'm getting closer to being MR27. My phone is letting me know that's literally 7:04.
Legit traumatized right now. He's singing in the corner, like rocking back and forth. Hey.
I think because he knows I'm coming to see him like in a week or so.
Why would you want to die? Living is more fun. You get to play video games, and if you live in the country, you get to grow your own food, and then your family gets to enjoy it, and you can make cookies and stuff. It's fun.
Death takes too long.
There are people in the world that have it worse than you, but I don't see them complaining.
No, because complaining doesn't get you anything.
You don't need all that stuff. You're doing fine. It may seem hard at times.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're bad by any regards. I'm just saying
No,
you need to improve.
you're doing fine. Besides, we joke around, we have fun, but no one ever gets serious, because if we get serious, then the fun just dies off.
It's just a game, dude.
It's not like real life. In real life, it matters.
Sucks,
In game life, it doesn't.
Let's see, I got an extra one of these, so I'll give you one of those. I got
I like playing the game Office Fever because it's really calming. You want to know what's one thing the devs never did with the game, which they probably should have? You can literally take an unlimited amount of supply and just stack it up on the person, like the NPC's desk, and they just keep going and it doesn't fall over. It just goes way up above your screen.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that, by
those
the way, if
last
you're
two
hearing a
mods
pop, that was
go
my
for
name.
your, you put those last two mods actually in your Parazot itself. Like in the bottom part, not the top.
I'm really concerned about how this game runs sometimes.
Yeah, like actually in the Paragon on themselves.
Yeah. Like, I figured you'd like the invisible thing, and this other thing helps you. Plus,
Mimics
plus
any
8%
Requiem mod. Like, does it just do it for one? Does it reveal one mod in particular, or all of them?
It reveals one per, like, you have two of them. Oh, no, what it does, okay, the OOL itself,
Okay.
like, let's say you know what your first one is, you didn't get the second one right,
Hopefully
but
I have
you know
some
what
ferrite,
it is,
because I
like,
really
it
want to
already
get
tells
our
you.
grass done.
Like,
If I
you know
don't,
what
I'll
two
have
of
to
them
go
are,
farm some.
right?
Oh, I'm getting closer to finishing
And
this
you
one.
stabbed it,
Ooh.
and you stabbed the lich twice.
I need
the problem
almost
is the
4K.
first one was correct, but the second one wasn't. But you know what the second one technically is because you got to put that in your third slot. You see what I mean? So you know what 1 and 3 is, but you don't know what 2 is. Put 2 in OOL. Well, put OOL in number 2, and then you'll be able to go boom, boom, boom because it mimics it mimics the mod it's supposed to be. It automatically is the mod that's supposed to be.
It's a very
Problem
helpful
is you can
mod.
only put it is, and it's very rare too.
I don't get it all the time. It's just like
No,
a Requiem Ultimatum. They're kind of rare too.
It's a very rare mod. It really is. I had like 6, so that's why I gave you 2, because you get three full uses. Now the use thing, most people think the use thing means if you stab them and you miss, that takes a use off. No, a use is when you are successful with all 3 hits. That is one full use.
I have even told that to people and they're like, no, it's only one use. No, it literally lets you use that one use on one lich. Per one lich is literally how much the old mod uses up.
Yeah, you could stab the lich as many times as you want to with any of the mods. If you successfully complete a 3 hit, as in you actually got all 3 of them correct in the right order, then that takes one of the dots down. Until then, it doesn't do shit to the mods. So that you could take those mods and use them technically as many times as possible until you get all 3 correct.
And when the lich gets sent off to Saturn or Neptune, that's when it gets used up.
Yeah,
then you can just
Neptune
take all the mods off.
It'd be Neptune for
the sister of
for
Parvos.
the sisters. Yeah, and it'd be sisters for Neptune and Saturn for Kuva.
See, the only thing about my whole lich thing is I really don't want to kill it because I don't want the weapon, but at the same time I don't know.
You want the weapon.
It's the carrot.
If it's a weapon you don't own, it'd be a good idea to take it. But if it's got an ephemera and you don't want to take the weapon, technically you could still capture it and you'll still get the ephemera, but you have a chance to sell it. But it's more worth to actually kill the Lich, because then you can upgrade the weapon bonus each one you
Yeah.
do fusion.
Yeah, the best thing to do, honestly, is kill the Lich, even if you don't like the weapon. Max the weapon to 40, get rid of it if you don't like it.
Or once you get it to level
Max it to
40
40.
and you max out the weapon bonus completely, then you get rid of it and you at
There's
least
no
got to
point
see
on
it.
maxing out the weapon bonus, and the reason why there's no point is it doesn't give you any extra XP to level up your actual
No,
thing. So
it
if you don't
goes
like the
on.
weapon, then there's no point on maxing the weapon bonus because you're wasting more material and stuff to get that. If you're not going to use it, there's no point. If you're going to use it, then max it out is your best thing because the base stats will be shot through the roof.
Well, I still
Like,
want to
you want
max
the
mine.
Kuwa Brahma. Like, that's a bow you'd want.
But the
If you
problem
want to
is, it
blow
used
shit
to
up,
have like 69 to 99 ammo, and they nerfed the ammo it has.
that's why you get ammo mutation, then it doesn't nerf anything.
But the problem is, you still don't get the original max ammo that you had. And if you put
It
one of
doesn't
those
matter.
mutation
Ammo,
mods on, then you don't have to worry about that.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. It cancels out their bullshit nerf immediately. I always put, depending on the weapon, I always put ammo mutation on because of that bullshit reason. The only weapon I don't usually do it on is ones I'm not using or the Karak one that has infinite ammo.
It's kind of weird how it has that, but it's a really good weapon if you know what you're doing. But
Yeah.
when you get to higher level missions, closer to Steel Path, it has a chance to bug and break.
But
I've
yeah, dude,
seen
so
it.
I
put
mean, I
that
guess I'll
ool
kill it, but like,
in
what should I do? Do I
put
just
that ool
run?
in one of your slots, and then when you think you're ready to go ahead and stab your lich, if you get the first one wrong, then switch the second one with the first one. Try to stab your lich again, and go from there.
But you
That's what I
still
do.
try to uncover all the mods first and then test them. So
That's what
that
I was
way
saying.
you don't make a
Yeah,
mistake and
currently
it
I
gets
know two
stronger.
of them. I just need
Yeah,
to
you
go through
know
another like
two of
half
them, you just
circle to
don't
get
know
the
where
third
they
one
go.
again.
That's the difference. You know two of them, but you don't know what
Sure.
order they're in. It could be a 1 and 3, or it could be a 2 and 3, or 1 and 2, or
There
3
is
or 2 and
still
3.
there's still a chance to guess the order, but
Oh yeah,
it's
I
not
guessed the order on mine on
recommended.
accident. Hell, the one time I fought a lich and I still had the mods that I had from the previous one because I was lazy, and I'm like, hey, why not? All 3 were correct too.
Or
It
you
was a
ready?
1 in a million chance.
Does Flame want to
Yeah.
come?
No,
I
I'm
need an
good.
invite.
It still says you were in the dojo, so I wanted to wait.
Yeah, leave my dojo, bitch.
Oh my bad.
Oh my bad.
Ow!
Get the fuck out.
You can literally hang out in my
Right,
dojo as
Bryce?
long as you want.
No, I don't care if he's in there. I'm just fucking with
I
him.
know. I had a feeling you were.
I mean, I was tickling him in his ganglion.
We don't
Which,
talk about the broom closet.
by the way, War, do you know what the ganglion is that I'm referring to?
Don't think he knows.
Maybe.
Have you seen Futurama where Fry had the worms?
And I saw that. It was a long time ago though, so I don't think I'll
Yeah.
remember everything.
So the ganglion that I'm referring to, and I'm not going to say the actual name. I remember the word ganglion is part of it. It's a very specific spot where if it is in quotes tickled, you're going to have one hell of a bowel movement, like breaking bones.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shove my hand up your ass, and I'm going to be
pelvic
tickling.
spasm.
I'm going to be tickling your ganglion here.
Yep, I pretty much know what you're talking about. And I wish I didn't.
And trust me, dude, the broom closet, I'm definitely going to be putting something up in there
Play
to
all
get
these
that ganglion.
basics and then you see a broom closet because there's a giant ass broom in there.
Well,
Like
it is
right
a
now.
brown breed. It was blue at one
Anyway,
point in time.
Yeah,
But
they changed
it
it
turned brown.
because they were trying to make it match a real life broom.
also, I am at my orbiter.
Hot damn.
I literally have been waiting
About
for you.
damn time!
I'm sorry, I have shitty internet. What do you want?
About damn time!
He's literally got the same type of internet that I used to have, but guess what? Internet companies
Satellite
lie.
sucks balls.
Internet companies lie, because I found out that it doesn't matter where you live, they can literally connect a wire from the tower to any part of your country, to anywhere you live. I did.
Yeah, but see, they can technically, physically do it. But would the cost of
The thing
physically
is,
doing that? Are you
Flame,
fucking serious, dog? You were chewing on this chair? I'm gonna beat the fucking snot out of you!
no dogs were hurt
Getting that.
during this. He's just
No,
literally
I'm
trying to scare
yelling
the
at her.
dog to make it behave. Don't
She
worry.
was
For the
chewing on a
record,
chair that
6,000
is
XP
older
until
than me.
I've heard a lot worse. I've seen a lot worse
No, I would
in my
never
life.
actually. I would never actually beat
No.
her. I would smack her though for it, but I'm not gonna
I know.
beat her. There's a difference between discipline and abuse, and I know the difference. So I'll
Yeah,
never abuse my
if you're
dog.
literally going to hit an animal or a child over and over again with no stop, that's abuse. But if you're just doing something to stun the animal just to make them understand, or the kid, you're not hurting them. You're just making them understand what they've done wrong, but I wouldn't suggest doing it all the time.
Oh hell no! No, yelling does
Well,
the
I can
job.
honestly say, as far as Warframe goes, I'm a
Oh,
bad person.
before you go in this mission, do not bring any weapons that do blast.
So don't walk in at all.
They do blast. Well, I'm kind of fucked there. Right.
Because my lich is immune to it, so if you do, it will literally heal.
I guess I'll bring the Selma just to like rank it up because why not? Like, I don't
Hey,
know.
why not? It's worth the shot, right?
No,
I guess
don't.
so. Oh shit! No, that's not what I meant to do. Oh,
What
Christ.
did you do?
I
He
changed
sat on
my
it and
Wukong's
rotated.
colors on accident.
Just
God
say it back.
damn it! Now I gotta fucking. No, I can't. It was a random color pattern. I gotta fucking figure out
should've
what I
taken a
want.
picture.
Oh, you had, like, close to an emerald green. You had a blue. I saw a black and a white. And I think I saw, like, a red or a yellow.
Hey,
It's
did you
alright, I'll
close your
just make
door,
a new-
or-
Oh, and you had a
Okay.
faded tan yellow
Huh?
energy. It's like a tannish yellow orange color
Okay,
for
just
your
checking.
Wukong's energy for when he brought out his last ability.
Like I said, I'll cry a little bit and then I'll change the color.
Technically, with the iron staff, you could literally color it to match your Warframe. So technically, couldn't you just look at the iron staff to find out the colors you had?
That's if he copied the colors
Not
from the Warframe to the Iron Staff.
Yeah, he probably didn't.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
choose
bringing out
some
Wukong
weapons.
Prime.
Some weapons I do that with. Where
Okay, how do
will
I
match it
actually
to my
color
Wukong,
this harmony ribbon?
But
Excuse me.
other things
Why
I
can't
don't.
I?
Sorry about that.
You didn't do anything wrong.
I had a hiccup.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong. We'll have to teach you. We'll have to learn you not to apologize for bodily function.
Hey! Seriously,
Yeah.
people, I'm not even online. Why are they sending me messages?
Because you are a social butterfly.
It's on the Warframe
I
market.
am satisfied.
2 days ago. No, you're not able to buy stuff if I'm offline on the actual market. Then you're not getting anything from me.
So yeah, apparently I did not copy staff colors at all. But I have a new color
Told
scheme,
you.
so I guess it's alright.
Told you.
But seriously, if I'm not actually in game. People need to stop sending me messages for stuff.
Alright, just let me know when you're ready and I'll go ahead and accept that. I'm just kind of making sure everything's...
I'm just making sure
Yeah,
that
don't
I
ready
get
up
it.
without her being ready. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Legit, like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll be ready in a moment. I'm just
Why you bullying
updating stuff on my
Because I can
store.
bully you.
me? Why you bullying me? Cry.
Gee, War, you're dating my sister, so I have that gives me the right to bully you within a certain reason.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, it's the brotherly right of passage. Because if you're too soft for her, then you don't deserve her. You see?
Can't be too firm with her. Can't be too soft with her, because then it's just like you're not even trying.
Too soft for her. As in, if I'm picking on him and he's gonna cry about it, then he's a little bitch because she could do worse. I know you are, dude. I know. Trust me. I know. Like, legit though, people like, I'm one of those people that I will fuck with them, but if they're too weak to deal with it, or at least say, okay, hey, you went too far with that, then it's like, okay, my bad, you know, like, tell me exactly what I did.
Are you ready?
You already know I'm gonna tell you if I didn't
not
like
yet?
something. But yes,
I know you would. I know. And I give people more than enough time, like, if you can't tell me right then and there because you're upset and you need to calm down so you don't do something that you really don't want to do, then I completely understand, you know? But don't take 2 fucking months, then tell someone else to tell me, because then your grievance is now moot. Because if you have to ask someone else to tell me something because you're not man or woman, whatever, if you don't have the guts to say it, then you have no reason to complain. Like, you have to confront the bullshit yourself, because then you'll actually feel satisfied. I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm talking about from personal experience where other people did it. And it pisses me off more than anything.
No, I know.
Someone has
You see
to
what
grieve it, you know, like, fucking tell me. And yeah, you might have to tell me like I'm a damn 2-year-old, because maybe I just don't fucking get it, because, like, I'm a sociopath. I don't understand 90% of people's emotions. Now, anger I get. Oh, I get anger. That like, anger, loathing, hatred, revenge. Ooh, nah, I know that one very well.
I want to get revenge on everyone that ever hurt me.
I can help you with that.
I would love that. They all deserve to die.
This is actually not a bad weapon.
Not literally die, just feel humiliated in a way that would probably make them want to die. I never said I'm a good angel.
Also, what the hell? Compared to the Steel Path, this feels easy now.
It's not on Steel Path, and yet if I brought you on Steel Path from on the Void...
to the Steel Path.
I know, but guess what? If I brought you on to Mott Survival Steel Path, you'd be crying Blame Mary.
Yeah, let's bring Gun there.
I already cried at the first one. What do you mean?
Guess what?
Gun has to get good enough to even get to the Steel Path.
There are weapons right here on the floor. Come over and push square. They took your weapon away from you. Always kill the dog, guys.
No, I have all of my weapons.
No, it was on the floor. You picked it up.
I've been using it this entire time, even when it was on the floor.
The problem is, your Warframe was tricking you.
Usually when your primary weapon, it could have been your secondary weapon they stole too, because sometimes they'll steal my secondary.
It was a long shaped weapon. It was literally longer in his secondary.
Wow.
I always use melee.
Well, even melee, they still steal my weapons. Like, they never steal my melee, but I've literally watched them jack my freaking
They've been programmed to never do that.
Yeah, they jack my main weapon every time, even though my main
Alu, come on over. My Kubro is literally going to go after the capture target. They can't get away. Come on,
I
Aloo.
can jump. Here we go.
Aw, come on.
Come on,
There goes Aloo chasing the capture target. She's a Sanika. What is she gonna do? They got a dog that won't let up until it captures a target.
well, it's a dog with a bone.
It's literally the Sneaker breeding game. They do not let go of the target if they got one. There she goes, grappling them. Good Aloo. It's like a hunting dog.
Huh?
I love the fact they hit me in the back of the head with a few attacks. But thank you, War, for picking me up. They got me when I was busy attacking the capture target.
I forgot about that.
They took your weapon again.
No, I'm just out of ammo.
They took your pistol that time. I don't know why, but they never took my weapon. Well, not since I was MR1? That was years ago. Good
Back
God.
in ancient times of Warframe.
Yeah, back when we were Ashley newbies and we didn't have any idea what we were doing, but we still managed to get around.
Back when MR15 was like the highest you can go.
Or like back in the testing days when we couldn't even bullet jump because it wasn't properly implemented yet. Good God, those days were old days.
Actually,
Oh,
bullet jump didn't exist back then.
we also had a
visual
stamina.
glitch.
We had a stamina bar too, where if we ran out of stamina, we could not run, and we
Yeah,
couldn't
the
use
bullet
abilities.
Jump, I was reading an article about that. Bullet jump, according to DE, was a visual glitch that they decided because everybody agreed at that point in time that, you know what, that's actually pretty badass. That's going to make the game better. Let's keep it. And so
They still had
fully
the part
designed
where
it.
we could try to climb walls, but it didn't always work.
Yeah. They still have issues with the wall latching and stuff. Like, that's still an issue sometimes.
Sometimes you can't even wall latch because your Warframe just glitches out, and there's still issues with Umber every once in a while where you're attacking with the circle button because it used to be the mercy button before they changed it up when they add the Parazon in. And
Yeah, I don't like the Parazone.
I found it a lot easier when you used to hack normally with your Tenno or the Warframe. You look like you're an actual hacker typing on a keyboard. Now it's just a Parazon that literally half the time gets stuck after you mercy a lich, or it gets bugged where it's stuck hanging out.
Well, you know, you're just happy to see everybody.
Yeah, and then you're just stab an enemy in the face with it. It's like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, War's like, oh look, I feel like, you know,
I wish we could go back to the old days a bit of before Parazons were added in.
Right?
Those days were the good days. Parazons just make it too
Oh no,
easy.
my lich is mad. It didn't tell me I could
It
play
said,
here. Oh god.
I didn't say you could play here. Now give me that.
Exactly. It took my ferrite, it took my rubedo, and it took my credits. Sad.
You do realize the rubido is actually a ruby. It's a chunk of it. And ferrite is actually granite.
Ferrite's actually ferrite.
In real life, there is a granite rock that looks exactly like it.
Yeah, there is, but there's also ferrite in real too. Ferrite is ferrite.
Weird thing is, the nav coordinates look like pearls, like the black and gray pearls.
Yeah, which the nav coordinates are useless.
They're just good for the Chroma
Wow, the
Quest.
most notable thing about me was
They're
when
literally
I
only
tried-
good for the Chroma Quest now. We don't have to build the Dragon Keys no more, and that's what they were used for with Void
I
Traces.
know, that's what I'm saying. They're useless now. They need to be taken out of the game.
And Chroma Quest key thing just literally needs to be changed up. Cause with that quest for Chroma's blueprint, if the relay for Cephalon's Mars was literally destroyed, Cephalon's Mars wouldn't exist, syndicates wouldn't exist, but yet the Chroma quest wouldn't exist either.
But what is a Hall of Ascension?
Remember
Apparently one of
that
my
little
weekly goals is
remember that
complete 4 Halls
puzzle
of
I showed you?
A Hall of
Remember that
Ascension
puzzle I
is
told
a
you?
rank
Yeah.
up thing for a dojo.
No, Hall of Ascensions are the puzzles on Lua.
Yeah, but I just
That's
call
what they're
them
called.
the Ascension thing in dojo, but it's also on the moon.
Yeah, that's what it's talking about. You gotta do the puzzles on Lua.
Let's go!
You actually get some good mods through those too, depending on which puzzle it is.
I don't know how to.
There is
half
one
of my
puzzle
super
where if
cards.
two people don't shoot at the thing on the ceiling properly, the thing does not go up all the way to the ceiling to open the path. It's where
Oh, I
those
know which
two
one you're
death
talking about.
orbs and the lasers. They set it up so that it's not even easy to get in there. I found out that one of the forgotten like drift mods is in there. It's one that people can't really get no more because it's broken.
Is that the puzzle where you have to go through different sides to go
You
through,
have to literally have one person go one side, then the other person wait at the other door and go to the other side.
I did that one by myself and got it done. I didn't have to have another person go through it. I went in one side, did it, then went to the other side and did it, then shot the thing up in the middle and got it up all the way.
I love how my dog Lou is literally
like
trying to grab the guy. But the problem
It took
is,
me 20 minutes to do because I didn't realize what the middle part was for, so I kept going through the outside, the two outside
Lou,
places.
get him! I love how
But yeah, I
Lou's
did
just
that by
grappling his
myself.
face.
You could technically do all the puzzles by yourself. It's just a pain in
The
the
guy's like, stop them, and it was too late. I got him. And they all just gave up on the guy.
The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Well,
That's
this is definitely
sad.
working for MR fodder, and the Soma is actually not that bad of a gun. I thought it was going to be worse, but it's actually
Soma
doing okay.
Prime is pretty good too. I've seen how people use both, and they're pretty good gun. Both versions. What in the world is going on with this?
You're staying in that fucking
I
am so
War,
disappointed.
come and take a look at this. Do you see
That was
how
a good
bad this
fucking
looks?
chair, and you ruined it. I mean, I thought you just licked it to death, but no, you fucking chewed on it.
That doesn't
You
look
keep
right,
going
does
over
it? Where are you,
I
right?
cannot believe you keep going over that and doing it.
No, it doesn't look right. That's definitely weird.
It looks like somebody
No,
just
you're
put
not
down
right.
like one of those wall wrap type things. And yet the map did
Essentially,
not
yeah.
have one of those things on it, so we'll have to try one of the others. Wanna go do the rescue?
Yeah, do the crossfire. The crossfire always has one on it.
I've done one on the capture mission, but it's not as common.
Yeah, that's why I always go through crossfire.
I
There's
don't want to
always
kill a
one on
million
Crossfire.
Also,
enemies.
it's not like a
Crossfire is only
more of a
only
has
like
a chance to spawn.
200.
I know, but usually when I get it, it's almost 300
No.
when
I got a
do
health
it.
restore from that.
Yeah, that's because
When they kill
Lulu
themselves, so it
grappled
doesn't
the
matter.
target. She was biting his face off.
You know, with that one, you don't have to like actually do anything because the enemy kills each other.
Yeah, you just wait till they like kill a lot of themselves, and then there's like barely any left.
At this point, I'm just holding back in, though. I'm just Alright. So basically, Equinox, the dog version?
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
went from white to black.
Day and night, yeah.
And yet, she's
Yeah.
totally female. Originally, they wanted to go by the actual story of Equinox, day and night story, but people in the community got so pissed off about it, DE literally didn't. Even though you could tell one looks male and one looks female. Kinda sad.
I'm gonna look and see what Frost Prime's main weapon is real quick. I've seen the picture.
It'd be
No.
Frost's main weapon.
No. Because guess what? Bolt Prime, in his actual original picture, it was Latron Prime when he was first released. DE didn't like that, and so they gave it to Frost Prime. But
Well,
the
Latron
Latron,
Prime.
Volt has the Latron, and the Latron Prime used to belong to Volt Prime.
Still does.
It's really stupid.
Fragor has a Prime as well, that's weird.
Yeah,
I think
Fragor
the big
and
ass
Fragor
Warhammer would
Prime
have a-
belongs to Bobbin and Bobbin Prime. Cindo and Cindo Prime belong to Nyx and Nyx Prime, but yet Krill literally has a skin on the Cindo and is literally using that.
I mean, honestly, it
love it.
doesn't matter if you use the regular or the Prime or any other weapon with any Warframe. Like, I don't use the Nikandi Prime for fucking Wukong because it sucks. Like, the Nikandi Prime is just not...
And literally the
a good melee
Nikandi
weapon.
Prime can be turned, if they added in the next version up from it, it could literally be combined with the Prime version of the regular if they ever release that one.
I mean,
They-
there is, like,
What in the
there
fuck
are
is a
3
Telos?
different nunchucks. There's the normal Nikandi nunchucks, there's the Prime ones, and there's the infested
That's the
ones.
Arbiters of Hexus thing.
And I've used
Apparently,
all of
the Boltor has its own Arbiters of Hexus version.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have that, and I'm waiting for you to get it. I'm waiting for you to be ranked up
You
enough
want
to
to know
get it. so I can give
what
it to
goes
you.
into building the Shaku? The Ninkandi. So,
I know.
if we literally had Shaku Prime, it would require Ninkandi Prime being built into it.
Yep.
And the
Speaking of which,
Magistar
I found
goes
Frost
into
Prime's,
Frost weapon.
main weapon in the picture.
It's
Yeah, the
literally
picture doesn't
just
count.
Reaper
It's-
Prime. But yet that weapon was originally released with Necros Prime when he was first
Exactly.
originally released, and the Galatine Prime was supposed to go for literally Frost Prime because Frost has the Galatine.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't matter.
It
You
doesn't
use
fit
any
with
weapon.
them.
Yeah, you can use any weapon with any.
When I
any
try to use
character.
Reaper Prime with my Frost Prime, he just breaks. But when I use the Galatine Prime with him, he does not break. I'm gonna
I
do
use
something.
whatever I want with whatever Warframe, and it
War,
works.
hang on a sec, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna do something. Where's my Titanium Prime?
Seems like for me, the only Prime I'd use with the character would be a Stella Prime with fucking, with Gara Prime.
Funny you say that
because
while I'm looking at it, Philip Prime.
I have a Stella Prime, I have the complete set waiting for you to be able to use it. You're not high enough to use it yet.
Oh, I know.
I'm waiting for you to
I'm
be
just saying,
MR enough to
I'm
use
also
it so I can
looking at
give it to
edges
you.
of,
I'll be
That's
right
literally
soon.
what I'm waiting for.
That looks
But you
good.
should master the original first anyways, so you could copy what you like on it and put, you know.
It does make sense. Get used to the original and then get
Okay.
used to the Prime.
What is a ceramic dagger and why does it do so much little damage? Why does
You
it
get it
do
from the
hardly
Nightwave.
shit?
The
You used
ceramic
to get it from
dagger,
somewhere else, but
you
you
get
get
it
from the
from
night
Vor.
weapon.
You can still get it from there.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed chance to get it from the Nightwave versus
It
that.
drops every single time when I go to kill Vor. It doesn't make
Not
sense.
me. I killed him multiple times, never get it, so it's like, I mean, I don't need it. That's not the point. It's a
Yeah,
useless fucking weapon. Like, I've had useless weapons, but that one,
it does make sense.
that,
It's been nerfed to shit over the years.
yeah, it's a useless
It
weapon.
needs a
Like,
rework. That's a
I just
definite.
realized
they just need to bring out a
the
Prime
weapon
version of it, call
that
it
my
done.
Lich actually has is an
They
MR13.
literally in
Why?
game, like when you go to the color palettes, it
It's come
shows
out
the
now, though.
actual colors in the picture, and then when you go into it, all the colors have been nerfed.
You better
They're
lay
doing
down. I
the
don't want
same
to
thing
deal
as
with you.
what PC had. GE, come on, give the colors back their radiance.
I don't want to deal with you,
Wow,
dog,
Nakana
so
has
you
a
better
regular
just fucking lay down
Even
and stay
like
out of
the
my sight.
Valentine's color palette doesn't even match the actual colors, nor does any of them. They look too bright.
Or too dull.
Yeah, they used to actually have a flare to them. Now they've got like nothing. And I'm being
So
honest,
basically,
this
a
is
lot of
sad.
prime weapon opportunities open up at MR14, though, from what I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
but the
Yeah.
problem, even though they open up, doesn't mean they're all going to be on equal terms. Some of them are going to be way worse than what they originally were when they first released.
Yep, and a lot of them are crap. Like, the Prime, it's like if the main gun is crap, then the Prime gun is Prime crap.
Yeah.
And the Kuva version is Kuva crap.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
the Karak. Like the fucking
Or
Karak.
like the comb, you literally have to add fire rate out the ass on that just to make it better.
Even then, it's like, why am I wasting fucking my time on it?
I
Like, I
wish
mean,
they
if
would
you
fix
spend
things.
a shit ton of resources and all that to make it better,
So can I go ahead
then
and
that
ready up,
tells
though,
you
or-
how bad it is.
I'll be ready
I mean, that's
soon.
personal, you know, personal thought on it, but literally, if you have to spend an assload of resource and time to make it good, then it's shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like deduction, you know what I mean? Like,
It makes no sense why they would nerf something that bad and then not think about what they're doing.
instead of doing something better about it, they just come out with other guns and other weapons. Like, oh, well, we fucked that up, so here's something to give you something more. It's like, no, just fucking fix what you did. I mean, I appreciate the new weapon, sure. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But the
But
problem is, they
don't
didn't
fuck with my
even.
original.
Yeah. The thing is,
Like,
they
don't
didn't
be a
even
dick.
consider how the veteran players and the mediator type players would be.
Like, I wouldn't call me a veteran, but I like playing, so I'm a seasoned, I'm a seasoned person. It's like, I
You'd be
like what I
called a
like.
seasoned veteran.
I mean, I like what I like, and you fuck up my shit. Like,
If a
I have to
weapon
deal with it.
is good the way it is,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
when it first came
like,
out, do not change it.
right? Like, if you change it, make it better, not fucking worse.
Like,
And
if it's
sure, if you
actually
nerf,
breaking the game, then yes, rebalance it a bit. But don't just nerf it out the ass.
like, they nerfed a lot of my weapons by just,
They even nerfed my Umbra. Because I was
Yeah,
doing so much damage, they nerfed my Umbra entirely. I used to do like 450% strength, now I'm doing 370.
yeah, what they did
Why
was
do I
is
never see any
they nerfed the synergy
or
between
Dawson?
certain mods that worked well together.
And
They
yet,
nerfed how well they work together.
when
That's
they
what a
did
big
like
problem
3
was.
updates ago, like 3 major updates ago, the
Yeah.
coder broke finishers in game. Then when a lot of people complained about it and Warframes that actually depended on finishers to do finisher damage couldn't do it, like Umber and Excalibur's Radial Blind and Radial Howl would not let them do finishers. Asha and Naros, for their ability that actually depends on finishers, and Gnarls couldn't even heal himself in Gnarls Prime. Ash and Ash Prime couldn't even do the finisher to teleport where the shadows would go. And only one that could actually still do it was Equinox. Didn't get affected. So that's literally targeting 3 Warframes.
Has been badly broken because they still haven't fixed up their fucking lighting issue. Every time they think they fixed it, their lighting issue is still fucked. Equinox never works right.
The only time she'll work right is if you're using her on a low-level mission. She won't work right on medium or high. She's literally...
then, it depends on the literal second where you're at. Like, you move an inch and you're fucked. And they've mentioned that so many times. It's like, you know, they're like, we still can't get the lighting right. And I'm like,
that's
really?
A lie. If you have the proper coding team and design team, you can fix that in less than 2 or 3 days. Tops. I've seen it done before. Every other gaming company can do it. Even Crossplay, the company that took over for what the original Terra company had for PC and console, after they literally switched up from their old team that was literally failing to do what they're supposed to, that team about 4 years ago introduced crossplay for all platforms. DE could have had crossplay all this time, but they literally refused.
But it's not really, a lot of it's not DE, a lot of it is Sony not wanting to pony up a certain amount of money.
Then how come they let Terra company actually do it on their own servers?
Yeah, it's different depending on what Sony is doing with what company. They're assholes.
And
sometimes they'll allow it, and sometimes they won't.
DE
like, for
promised
instance,
crossplay 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, look at fucking Borderlands 3. On the day of launch, they promised full crossplay with PlayStation, Xbox, and computer, right?
And then when they did that, the game broke.
No, they haven't done. No, they never did it until now. It is now crossplay compatible with Xbox and all that. It hasn't been since launch. And
it's not that hard.
No one cares anymore. And it's because PlayStation and Sony, or Sony and fucking Microsoft. Sony didn't want to pay up, and Microsoft said, fine, fuck you then.
Yeah, there's been a lot of games that got taken away, and a lot of privileges, but yet Sony makes enough money. They don't really need a lot more.
They don't care. It's a dick measuring contest. Sony and Microsoft have been at each other's throats since day one.
Yet,
since Microsoft came out with the Xbox, original Xbox. That's when they started having it against each other.
Flame,
because originally
they literally came out with a computer together, Sony and Microsoft, and after that, it was a little downhill.
Well, it was fine with the computer, but then Sony already had the PlayStation 2 out, and then they were like, oh, guess what? We're going into the console thing, and that was against their original agreement, that they weren't going to do console as well.
But War, I'm ready if you are.
That was the big issue. They went against their original agreement and broke it. The moment that the agreement was in quotes up, you know, like the day it came out, they're like, oh, by the way, we've had this in development for years now, and now we can actually put it out. Fuck you.
But seriously, when you get more technology available to you, what are you going to do? Leave it on the back burner?
Well, I mean, fuck, they didn't need to have... They really didn't need to have, they didn't really need to do, with computers and stuff. I mean, Sony sure was doing the same thing with TVs and stuff, but they were doing, I heard you, but they were doing good when it came to, like, you know, PlayStation, stuff like that.
Hey, Warren, what do you think?
They didn't have to come out with the computer or with the Xbox.
I came out with the new color.
My intel suggests there are rich
I am a tiny little pixie.
See you sometime tomorrow.
able to pinpoint their exact location. them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
I tried something new. Does it look good?
Eek, something new. Changes. I can't handle changes.
No, no, no. It was
I
color.
know, right? Ew,
It
no.
hurts.
No,
It hurts.
It doesn't.
I used the rouge purple from the Hollows Eve color
Not
palette.
Rouge. So,
Come at me,
Angel.
sentience. Oh, don't worry. I'm still red and black with my Tenno. So, yeah, it's not a big change.
So, Angel, do you remember how you confuse a lesbian?
Yeah, I think I
I mean, it
remember.
only works half on you.
It's not really working fully though.
Like I said, it only works half on you from what you said.
Yeah.
Sentient fighters can adapt to your attacks. Hit them with something else.
What
got
in the
my
mirage
energy.
did I just see?
I just used my Tenno and then my Warframe to take out sentience. What? People say she can't do sentience? I beg differ. Titania can if you know what you're doing with her.
Why do you use your Warframe or your Tenno?
If you know what you're doing, you can pretty much take out almost every single enemy in game, but there are some Warframes that are so broken they cannot. I'm not gonna lie and say they all can do it.
Well,
But
they could, but it takes a lot of effort.
yeah, it would. Literally, I did not add a fire mod on her Dex Pixia Prime, and yet she's literally burning things. And literally, the word Pixia is in the name of her weapon, and she's a pixie.
What are we
People say
looking
she's
for
a
as far
fairy.
as these puzzles
This, we're looking for this.
There's a heavy
Well, she is a fairy queen,
Oh,
but
hey, guess who's
pixies
coming after
are
my ass?
the Stalker 2.0.
Yeah, Stalker, and I'm not my strongest Warframe. Oh, fuck me.
If you insist.
Well, I think he's going to have me for lunch.